Now on Sunrise, detectives search for more victims of an accused rapist. Investigators say he used a popular social media app to lure a child. Plus, how local nurses say immigration agents are getting in the way of patient care. The key changes they're demanding. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. Your headlines in just a minute, but first let's check in with Corey Johnson for more on the forecast. It seemed pretty dry coming in.
Yeah, just a little bit dry. A few areas seeing some drizzle. It's mainly near the northern Oregon coast and Coast Range, Libby, but for the most part, as we get throughout the rest of the day, it's going to stay rather dry for us. It's a cloudy start. Our Rose City camera this morning sitting at 46 degrees, and so it is going to be a rather warmer day overall as we get into the later afternoon. Notice radar not terribly active, more of those storms sitting closer towards southwest Washington. Speaking of Vancouver, this is our Springs at the Waterfront camera. Another cloudy start for us, but still rather dry. Not seeing too much in the way of drizzle. 44 degrees there. Our temperatures right now sitting in the mid 40s. Some areas already bumping up to 50. Happy Valley, Troutdale. Looks like 44 in Scappoose currently, but zooming that map out, 43 in the Dalles, 40 in Pendleton currently. Looks like 29 in Baker City. It's cold there. 42 in Salem also. We do have some fog across the Willamette Valley. We are monitoring this morning. Now getting you through Futurecast, taking a look. It is going to be a cloudy day overall. Notice we do have a few moments in the early afternoon where we will see some pockets of sun breaks, but that system off the coast is what we're going to continue to watch, and that overnight is going to create a weak system that is going to create some rain for us, some light showers as we get into our Sunday morning. But overall, our high today sitting at about 60, 61 degrees. We will talk more of the temperatures and the timing of the rain coming up.
Thank you, Corey. This morning, we are tracking a developing case in Washington County. Deputies have arrested a 21-year-old man accused of raping a young teen. As Catherine Cook found out, detectives are concerned there could be other victims.
Take a look at this mugshot. His name is Alexis Giovanni Leva Lopez. He's 21 and lives in Cornelius. On Monday, Washington County Sheriff's detectives arrested him on multiple charges, including rape and strangulation. They say the victim, a young teen girl he met on Snapchat, then convinced to meet him in person. Investigators released this photo because they think there could be other victims who haven't come forward yet.
Sometimes what we see is when people know that they're not the only affected one, it might make it a little bit easier to take that step of courage to come forward and speak with us.
Detective Mark Pavolny says in this case, the suspect picked up the victim in Vancouver Christmas Eve, then drove her back to Cornelius, where he sexually assaulted her and gave her drugs and alcohol. While this case started on Snapchat, Pavolny says predators target all social media apps and even gaming sites looking for young victims. He wants predators to know investigators are online too, looking for them.
We have multiple undercover online profiles where we go and pretend to be children, so we can try to find these people before they find a real-world victim.
It's how they arrested this man earlier this month. 36-year-old Andrew Graham, a sexual assault suspect. Undercover investigators caught him trying to lure a 15-year-old girl for sex.
Now, anyone with information on either of these cases is encouraged to call the Washington County Sheriff's Office. We have posted contact information and the case number on KGW.com. Last night, Eugene police declared an anti-ICE protest a riot at the federal building. This after they received reports some protesters had broken into the building. Video appears to show tear gas in the streets deployed by Eugene authorities. People were trying to enter, authorities that is, people were trying to enter through broken windows as police say civilians were inside the building. It's not clear if anyone was injured. Eugene police say federal officials, some sent from Portland, are now taking the lead in their investigation. So-called ICE out strikes swept the country on Friday with business closures, marches, and a financial boycott. It was all in protest of ICE enforcement and tactics. Also, a response to the recent killings of 2 people by federal agents in Minnesota. You are looking at video from Los Angeles, Minneapolis, Phoenix, and right here in Portland. Some local businesses shut down in solidarity. Others stayed open but found a way to contribute to the cause. For example, Bold Coffee and Books in Goose Hollow donated 20% of its proceeds to the Portland Immigrant Rights Coalition. Another spot, Always Here Bookstore, was open for the community to gather but did not take any sales. And William Temple House thrift store decided to be cash only. It said to keep 100% of the money spent locally.
I hope it shows the economic cost of continuing to target the immigrant community, continuing to escalate violence that disrupts whole communities, disrupts business.
Students also walked out at several Portland public schools. Governor Kotek has signed an executive order which takes effect immediately. It creates a new council to protect immigrant and refugee communities. It is meant to help coordinate state agencies to ensure families can access services without fear. The governor's office says Kotek will also consider future legislation which would give the state more tools to respond to the federal government's policies and tactics.
This is about one simple principle. No one should be afraid to seek medical care. And healthcare workers.
Some Oregon nurses and lawmakers are pushing a new bill. It would limit what federal agents can do inside Oregon hospitals. In recent months, healthcare workers have reported feds violating hospital policies when bringing in detainees for medical care. Here's how one nurse from Legacy Emmanuel in North Portland describes what's going on.
They do not wear proper identification. They present in clinical areas where they should not be, and they have been involved in situations that interfere with patient care and staff responsibilities.
Friday, lawmakers introduced the proposed Healthcare Without Fear Act. If passed, it would restrict agents' access to private areas unless they have a warrant. It would also protect immigration status as private health data, plus require supervisors, not frontline staff, to deal with agents. Earlier this week, Legacy Health sent the nurses union a cease and desist letter, saying the union was making false or misleading statements about hospital policies. Portland police say 2 people are in custody after a person was shot on a TriMet Max train early Friday morning. The main suspect, identified by authorities as 71-year-old Grover Phil, now faces attempted murder charges. Police say this happened on a train just after 1 a.m. near East Burnside and 122nd Avenue. The victim was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but authorities say they expect him to survive. Portland firefighters are sounding the alarm on possible budget cuts. The mayor's office has asked bureaus across the city to figure out what both a 3% and a 10% reduction in their budgets would look like. Portland Fire Chief Lauren Johnson says a 10% reduction would mean a loss of $26 million. The firefighters union says that could equate to 42 fewer firefighters on duty. Also, the closure of as many as 10 fire stations and slower response times.
While we're going to do everything we can to save life and property, we know that these cuts will just have a devastating impact on our ability to do that.
Mayor Wilson's office stressed this is still early in the budget process and no decisions have been made. The mayor is set to release his proposed budget in April.